Hi everyone, this video is to go over the basics of the math of pricing and also to show you some fun things you can do with Excel. And we're going to do that by simply going through one example, and this is going to be an example related to subsidizing pricing, but you could certainly use the same concepts to do markup pricing as well. So here is our example. You are going to offer a special family night of ice skating for families of children with autism, provided at least 50 people sign up. Now, if you're doing this problem, what you would ideally want to do is, as you come to each relevant piece of information, to write that down as you come to it. I'm going to shortcut this and read it all through, and then we're going to write it down simply because I think that's a little easier to show you on video. But if you were actually doing it for yourself, I would recommend you writing things down as you come to them. Okay, so at least 50 people sign up. The event will last for 2 hours. Our fees are, we have an ice rental fee of $300 per hour. There is a 2-hour minimum required. We have a fee for skate guards. Skate guards are your safety patrols who skate around and make sure everybody's okay. Their fees are $20 per hour, and we need 1 skate guard for every 30 people. And then we have a skate rental fee of $10 per person. To be on the safe side, we're going to add in a contingency of 5.5%. And a reminder, contingency simply means it's a just-in-case rate. Like, we think we got all this right, but let's give us some wiggle room, some fudge room. In the end, 55 people actually sign up. Now, this here is a bit of a red herring because we really don't care when we're setting the price how many people actually sign up. But we do care, but we're not going to know that when we're setting the price. So we're going to pick a number to set the price on, and that's going to be our minimum number of participants. And in this case, that's 50. So this is a bit of a red herring with the fact that 55 people actually signed up when we're talking about setting the price. Okay. Due to the mission of your organization, you decide to subsidize the participant cost 25%. So what we're going to do is we're going to say, here's our cost, but we're going to subsidize it. And that may be through tax dollars, that may be through grant money, that may be through donations. There's lots of different ways to do that. What do you charge? Okay, I'm going to flip us over here to Excel. Apparently I don't have virus protection anymore, but let's flip to Excel. And you can see I've already set this up just for ease of discussion on the video, but let's walk through it here. Our number of participants, you may remember, is 50. Length of program in hours is 2, but there's another catch to this. We said minimum 2 hours. Okay, so let's just put that out there as a note in case we come back to it. Our ice rental fee is $300 per hour. Okay. Now, again, I've cheated a little bit and provided some of this in advance, but from there we could total the ice rental fee. Let's come back to that. Our skate guard hourly fee is $10 per hour, 1 skate guard per 30 participants. Okay. Again, I'm just going to put that in the notes here so we can come back to it. Then we can total our skate guard fee. And our per person skate rental fee is $10. Our contingency rate is 5%, and our subsidization rate is 25%. Okay. One thing I like to do in Excel is any cell that is an input cell, so something we can change, I just highlight that in yellow. And that's just to help me know the difference between a cell that's a formula and a cell that I'm just inputting something. Okay. Now, you could very simply, well, first of all, we know that our total cost in this case is basically consisting of these 3 elements: the total ice rental fee, the skate guard fee, and the total skate rental fee. And I'm sure you could all calculate that. You could say 2 hours event, $300 an hour, $600. We know we have 50 participants, so we need 2 skate guards, so $10 an hour, so 2 times 10 times 2 times 10 times our number of skate guards, and you could get that skate guard fee. But let's use Excel to make this formula a little more dynamic, to basically create a model that we could use for other programs. So let's start with the skate rental fee, because that's the most straightforward one here, and we're going to make this a formula. And you may remember in Excel we always start a formula with the equal sign. In this case, it's fairly simple. It's the per person skate rental fee times the number of participants, and bam, $500. We could change our number of participants. That would now change. If the per person skate rental fee went up to $12, that would now change. So this is why it's handy to make this dynamic. Okay. Total ice rental fee. Again, this may look fairly simple, and it can be. It is $300 per hour times 2 hours. However, we know that there is a 2-hour minimum to this, and we also want to make this spreadsheet dynamic in case we decide to change our program. Maybe later we decide we want to make it 3 hours, and we just want to go in here, change our input, and see what our new cost is rather than redoing everything here. So we're going to get into these if-then statements. So let's start those. So equals if. Okay, we know that the length of the program must be at least 2 hours. So what we're going to tell Excel is if this cell, D44, is less than 2 hours, then we're still going to treat it like it is 2 hours because it has to be at least 2 hours in terms of our cost, times our hourly fee. Okay, pretty simple. This is going to tell me, I'm going to tab out of this, it's going to tell me it's false because it's not less than 2 hours, but let's go back. If we made that 1.5 hours, okay, so we decide we're just going to run the program for an hour and a half, but we know we can, in terms of cost, we know we're getting charged at least 2 hours. So Excel here is being told that if this number is less than 2, then still treat it as 2. Okay, what if it's more than 2, or at least 2? So our next comma stands for otherwise, or if not. So here we said if our hours is less than 2, then treat it as 2, multiply it times the hour rate. Otherwise, which is our little comma here, just do the number of hours times the hourly rate. Okay, 1.5 hours, so it's treating it as 2. 2 times 300. 2 hours, still treating it as 2. 2 times 300. What if we decide to go 2.5 hours? Now it's treating it as 2.5, so 2.5 times 300. Now our total ice rental fee has actually went up to $750 an hour. The other thing you can do here is change your hourly rate. What if it went up to $400 an hour? And there you see how that's dynamic, 2.5 times 400. We're going to change it to match what we're doing, so 2 hours, $300 per hour. Okay, our skate guard hourly fee is $10 per hour. So we could simply multiply. We know we need 1 per 30 participants. So we could say, we know there's 2, so we're going to multiply this, blah, blah, blah. Let's make it a little more fun. Equals if our number of participants, so this cell is less than, and what I'm going to say is if that's less than 31, i.e. if our participants is less than 31, then we know we only need 1 skate guard. So if it's less than 31, then, which is what my comma means, we just need 1 skate guard times the hourly fee times the number of hours they're there. Okay? What happens if it's more than 31 participants? If not, or otherwise, however you want to think about that second comma, then if number of participants is less than 61. So what we've told Excel here is Excel's come through this formula, and Excel has thought, okay, if number of participants is less than 31, well, it's not less than 31, so it's going to skip this part, and then it's going to say, okay, if it's less than 61. So we know we've essentially set parameters here that's saying if it is between 30 and 60, or 31 to 60, then we know we need 2 skate guards times their hourly rate times the number of hours. Okay, and that of course is our scenario here, so that's what's going to calculate. Okay, we can keep going with this. We could say if less than 91, if less than 121. With each segment of 30, we are adding a skate guard. However, I'm going to show you another little fun thing to do with Excel, and that is to add text into your formula, not just more math. So, comma, if not or otherwise, however you want to think about it, then if, what I'm going to say, we're going to assume that the skate rink holds a maximum of 60 people. So we can't actually even have more than 60 people there. So if our number of participants is greater than 60 people, then the way we put text in is we add little quote marks here, and then I'm going to put too many people, exclamation, 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 and then end quote. And that's going to be our formula. So again, what we've told Excel is if the number of participants is less than 30, we need 1 skate guard. If it's more than 30 but less than 60, we need 2 skate guards. If it's more than 60, then we have too many people. and Excel here is just telling me I need parentheses, and that's fine. Okay, so here we go. We have a skate guard fee of $10 per hour. That's $20 per skate guard, and that's a total cost of $40. Now, you can see already, if you're thinking about this, why this is nice to be dynamic, because I goofed. Our skate guard fee is actually $20 per hour. So all I have to do here is go in and change this, and it updates itself. So if we think about this, we know 50 people, that means we need 2 skate guards. So 2 times $20 per hour times 2 hours equals 80. If we have less than 30, that's only going to multiply it by 1 skate guard, and you see that went down. And then our fun part, if we have more than 60, you see this cell now says we have too many people. So just some fun things you can do with Excel there. So we have 50 if we remember correctly. Okay. So now we have all the pieces of information we need to calculate our total cost, which essentially are 3 subtotals here. So we see total ice rental fee, total skate guard fee, and total skate rental fee. Now we could have added the contingency onto that formula. I'm just going to add another line just to kind of simplify the formula a little bit. So here we're going to add our contingency rate, which is again our just in case or fudge factor. So equals our total cost times parentheses 1 plus our contingency rate. So in this case it's going to be 1.055, and we get our new cost, which includes our contingency. And again, because we've made this dynamic, we can actually change our contingency rate and it updates for me. So if you presented this budget to your boss and he's like, no way, that's not enough contingency rate, please change it. All you'd have to go is in and go, okay, let's change it. And he or she would be super impressed at your Excel skills. Okay. Now we're going to calculate our unit cost, or our break-even price, based on our number of participants and our contingency. And hopefully you remember that's pretty simply just our total cost plus our contingency divided by our number of participants. And we get $50. And again, we could change our number of participants. 45, whatever. And oops, I didn't think that looked right. I left out a piece. It's our unit cost divided by our number of participants. That looks more like it. Okay, so let's change this back to 50 and we'll see that updating. Okay. However, we have decided to subsidize. So remember, if you're subsidizing, you are reducing the price. Keep in mind that you do have to get that money from somewhere. So it may be tax dollars, it may be grant money, it may be donations. Lots of ways to do that, and we've discussed some of those. So we're going to take our unit cost, multiply 1 minus, because we're reducing the rate. If this was markup, this would just be a 1 plus our subsidization rate. And we get our subsidized price of $18.67. So we're going to charge our participants $19, maybe even $20. But again, because this is variable, we can change any of these yellow cells, and it's going to update. If we want to subsidize it 50%, then we see our subsidized price now updates. Okay, let's go back to 25 since it's our problem, and voila. So I know we did this pretty quickly on video. This document is posted on Canvas, so if you're interested in the Excel formulas and how we made this super dynamic and super fun, you can look at that document and look at the formulas and kind of learn them for yourselves. This is a really useful thing to learn. Not only will it make your life easier because you're not constantly reproducing documents and rerunning the formulas, but just changing your inputs. But great way to impress your boss at how cool you are and how many neat things you can do with Excel. So if you have any questions, let me know. I hope everyone is having a fantastic weekend. Good luck with your assignment, and I will see you in class soon.